Hello, this is Sarita and I'm speaking to you today from Soulhenge, and I'm here to help you understand the truth about who you are. So I'm really excited today again because I've actually just had a kind of complete download while I was in a meditation, and it's really amazing when that happens because you feel the truth of it in your heart center. It's like your heart center sort of explodes with bliss from the inside out. And so the download is about this new technique, which I'm going to teach you in a moment. I'm going to explain it to you first, and then I'm actually going to do just a channeled meditation without any preamble or idea about how that's actually going to go, really. And that's going to be the technique that you're going to learn about how to manifest using the 0 point. And I think I'm just excited about this because the download I've had is a kind of progression on from everything that I've learnt so far on my path of awakening into myself and all of you, us, as creator consciousness, as beings who have the ability to create just like God, or the creator, or whatever, however you want to label that, in this third dimensional reality. And so my path, as you probably know by now, started in a shamanic way. So I've done my training, my shamanic training, and from there I was kind of catapulted into a more scientific route, studying the work of Joe Dispenza. And then I went through a phase where that moved me on to studying the work of the physicist William Tiller. And then what happened to me yesterday is I was listening to a video by Dr. I'm just going to read his name because I'm going to say it wrong. Dr. Elijah Lakisevic. I'm really sorry if I said your name wrong and you ever get to watch this video. And basically he's a scientist who looked at the way that we were looking at the atom, the cells and the particles. And he looked at our work, or the work that science has done, and the science that has been done in the past, and realized that a lot of scientific interpretations about the atom, the cells and particles and how the way things work had been interpreted wrongly. And his interpretation, which I'm going to explain to you now, is extraordinary, and it just set off like a million light bulbs in my head and became the next step in my trajectory to discover how we can become actualized God creators. And his work is really an onwards movement of what I've learned so far, and it's kind of the next step in this manifesting technique, if you will. And I really feel like I'm on a path to finding a technique where we're going to be able to manifest instantaneously. And all of the techniques that I've taught you so far, rooted in shamanism, moving on from Dr. Joe's techniques, the understanding of people like the incredible Bruce Lipton, William Tiller, the physicist, all of those techniques have given me more and more insights into how we can become these conscious creators. And I feel like I'm just receiving all of this information because the techniques are becoming simpler and more profoundly effective. All of the techniques that I've shown you work. They all work in different ways. And obviously we're all individual, unique beings, and different techniques work better for each of us. And as I move through my work, which is to discover better and better ways, practical ways that we can apply ourselves as the God creators that we are, new people come into my life. So what's happened is I was in meditation, having watched the work of this incredible doctor, and then received a new download about a technique which I'm going to show you in the meditation at the end of this video, and it's just profound. It's like I've had all these light bulbs going on. So that's why I'm in a really excited state, because my heart center is like, it's like bursting with this new information. It's bursting with the realization that we're getting there. You know, we're really nearly getting there in terms of learning how to manifest instantaneously, and understanding the truth of who we are. This is what I'm seeking to discover, our truth. And so I'm going to explain the technique to you now, and his findings around the atoms. So basically, I'm going to explain it in a simplest way as I can. And you need to understand this in order to be able to connect to the meditation that I'm going to do with you at the end of this video. So basically what he realized is that the entire universe is electric. And this is information that's been coming to me as well. I've always known that we're electromagnetic beings. And latterly, I've understood through the work of people like Joe Dispenza that we're emitting an electrical signal. And what magnetizes back into our manifested reality is the mirror of our electrical output. Okay, so I've always known that we're electromagnetic beings. And I had already received a download just by tapping into my higher self and source consciousness, that basically at the center of all of our cells was a portal, a quantum portal that connected us to every other quantum portal in the whole multi-universe. And this has now been verified by the work of Dr. I'm going to say the name again. I'm going to read it again. Lyceum. I really hope I'm saying it right. So that's been verified by him as a scientist. He is saying that at the center of our cells is the 0 point, a portal into the void or the womb of all creation or creator consciousness or the source field or the field or whatever you want to call it. He's saying at the center of our cells is a 0 point access point, okay? And if you've been following my work, the work of Joe Dispenza, all of the greats, then you will know that in order to manifest anything, we need to be able to access the void, the 0 point, which contains, as the God consciousness of all that is, infinite potentials, because everything that exists within the void is everything that ever was, ever has been, ever will be. And it's full of this infinite energy, which is so massive that just through the 0 point of one of your cells, you have enough energy in there to birth a universe. And this is what I explain when I teach my coupling technique, which I kind of created by listening to the work of Dr. William Tiller, who was a physicist. And by the way, if you want to do that coupling technique, I'm doing another course. It's called The Art of Intention. I'm doing another round of that training starting on the 14th of October. So if you get to this video before the 14th of October, I'm teaching this course again. And it's amazing. People are and continue and have done to manifest extraordinary stuff super, super fast. So it's a technique that really works incredibly well. And so that technique works on the premise that we have this infinite source of energy available to us. And what the work of Dr. Elijah Lyceum is saying is that at the center of each of the atoms within our bodies, we have this 0 point access point. And as I said, I'd already received information that we have this. And the 0 point in the middle of one of our atoms is the same as all 0 points in all of your atoms and all of the atoms of everyone in this third dimensional consciousness, you know, all of the humans basically. So to do the meditation that I'm going to take you into, you have the choice to either work with the 0 point in all of the atoms within your body, or you have the choice to just work with one, knowing that one is going to give you access to the all, because one is a portal into the void, which is going to take you into infinite energy and the infinite potentials of the all that is. Okay, So we have this access point. So the next thing that you need to understand is that basically what he is saying is using our intention. So I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to sort of gather my thoughts because there's so much here. Using our intention, what we do is if we focus on the 0 point, using our intention, we access the infinite energy from the 0 point and we bring it through the 0 point and it becomes this condensed energy which appears to us as solid matter. So let's say our intention is to have a new car. So what happens is, as we focus our intention through the 0 point, we bring the infinite energy and it contracts to the 0 point and appears to us in this manifested reality as a solid car, okay? And then in the next moment, because we are living in a world of balance and cause and effect and the within and the without, what happens is that condensed energy, which we've manifested to be a car, shoots back out into the void and becomes the infinite energy of source consciousness once again. Okay, so what's happening is we're contracting it in and it's shooting back out constantly. And that's the same with every particle of your being, with your whole being and everything in your manifested reality. So you, as a physical body, using your intention to be here in third dimensional reality, is being contracted in, you see yourself, and then you contract out and go back to source consciousness. So really, your existence is flickering, exactly like film playing in a movie screen. You know how it flickers, each frame flickers to the next one. So you're actually flickering in and out. Your existence is flickering in and out. You come in, focus condensed energy from source consciousness, and then you go back out to source consciousness, exactly like the holy breath, the divine breath. You breathe in, source consciousness into your body. You breathe out, the breath goes back to source consciousness. So basically, although we appear solid, we're actually flickering in and out, and it's happening so unbelievably fast that we cannot see the flicker. We appear solid to ourselves. And this is really interesting, and this really follows on from all of the work and the understanding and, you know, the investigation that I've done around who we are, why we're here, and how we create and where we're going and all of that kind of stuff. So basically, you're having in between this within and without, we've got this point where we're nothing. It's the pause between the breath. And in that pause between the within and the without, you're nothing. And what that means is, if you can get into a state of no mind, where you have hollowed out from all of your conditioned behaviors, beliefs, habits, all of the stuff that has kind of been entrained to us about who we are, if we can let go of all of that, so essentially dump our past and come into this in-between state, the pause between the breath in and the breath out, and the pause between us manifested and us as source consciousness, what we do in that pause is we're nothing. And so we have the opportunity on the next pulling in from source consciousness into our manifested desire to be in this here and now, in this third dimensional reality. We have the opportunity to access the infinite potentials of the field and pull in an entirely new us. And this is where miracles occur. So when you hear about people in Joe Dispenza's workshops, and even in my workshops now, where people are accessing the void, you know, they talk about going into this place of no space. They then see themselves how they want to be. So they set a new intention from that place of no space. And normally the intention is something to do with healing. And when they come back into that condensed energy, pulling that infinite, unlimited source of energy that you can birth universes from the void into the here and now moment of condensed third dimension, realized, actualized energy, they have a miracle healing because they haven't created the next flickering point of their existence from the old. They've created it from the void. And that's just, wow, that's like the fundamental thing that we're trying to get to. So really, all of this is about being able to access the 0 point. And so what I'm beginning to realize about this technique and all of the techniques is, in order to be able to use these techniques effectively, we've got to be in a place of worthiness. And in order to get into this space, 0 point of worthiness, we have to be able to drop all of our conditioned responses and behaviors. And that's why for eons, we've had all these spiritual teachers that have taught us about loving the self. Because the other part of this process and of all of the processes is that void state, that womb of all creation, that consciousness is, and I'm sure you've heard this many times, unconditional love. The divine intelligence of the universe only wants to give you what you love and allow you to bring that into existence. It has no attachments around what you love. So if you love lack, if you love unworthiness, if you love rejection, pain, difficulties, disease, for whatever reasons, the conditioning, it will bring you that because you are manifesting through your intention constantly, infinitely. And what you're doing in this dimension is you're perceiving it through the realm of duality. And the infinite divine consciousness is just going to give you what you love. And this is why it's absolutely imperative that we drop all our conditioned behaviors and come into a place of worthiness and self-love, because you're not going to be able to access infinite potentials from the void that bring you joy, harmony, and beauty if you're running programs that are based in unworthiness. If you can access that moment of incarnation, of creation from the void, loving yourself, you are going to pull into your manifested reality something that's going to bring you joy and worthiness. So let's say you've been accessing disease because that's what you love, because of your conditioned behaviors. You've got the opportunity to access wholeness in an instant, because all you've got to do is be worthy enough to access that wholeness and understand how you can get in through the 0 point to pull it back into your manifested reality. So it really is a kind of twofold process. The first part is to get to worthiness by dumping all of those conditioned behaviors and responses and your past, any perceptions or ideas that you belong to your past, any ideas or perceptions about your future, just dump them all and come into the now. And this is why also every spiritual teacher since the dawn of time has said the now is where it's at, because the now is this pause. It's the betwixt and the between. That's what I would call it in my shamanic training. It's the void state where there is nothing. And in that nothing, you have the opportunity to pull anything through the 0 point into your now moment. And imagine, you're doing this with every cell in your body, because, every particle of your being has this 0 point within it. So basically, if you can understand that in every 0 point moment, the divine universe is bringing you exactly what you love. It just has no It doesn't mind what you choose. It just has no judgments around that. It just wants you to have the experience that you're choosing to have through unconditional love. And this is why that void state or divine consciousness is considered to be unconditional love. There's no conditions attached to it. It's bringing you whatever you desire in that moment. And basically, your body, your physical body, is a record of all of the choice 0 point manifestations that you have decided to pull into your manifested physical reality in every now moment. So if your body, like mine, is getting younger every day, is getting more energy every day, is getting healthier every day, you know you're on the right trajectory. You know, I'm actively working every single day to love myself more and to manifest a reality for me, which I deserve because I'm amazing. I'm beginning to understand that I'm worthy. And it's the same, not just with your physical body, although this is the easiest way to see what you're actually manifesting because it's a record of all of those points, but your reality all around you, your manifested reality, your relationships, your Facebook feed, the job that you do, the objects in your life, the beauty or the non-beauty of stuff around you is the book of all of the information. It's the book of your life. It's the book of all of the information that you have chosen to pull into your reality. It shows you how well or not you're doing. It shows you how worthy or not you feel you are. It shows you how much you love yourself. So as you look around your life, this is the gift. It's mirroring to you exactly what you think and feel about yourself. It's so beautiful when you look at this. And, this is the stuff that I've always been teaching. And this is the stuff that, it's very basic, really. And this is what everybody teaches. And there are a million paths to work this out. There are a million techniques. And I quite recently heard that Buddha taught hundreds of different meditations and techniques because he understood that we were all unique and individual and we were all going to get this in different ways. So have a look at your reality. Look at your body. What hurts in your body? Where is your body expressing to you that you are loving yourself, and where is it expressing to you that you're not? And that's what you need to work on in terms of removing your conditions. And then what I feel is happening with the elevation in consciousness that is definitely happening around the planet. I mean, you can feel it. I just drop into meditation and I'm just like, I can feel things that I have never been able to feel. It's the frequencies are elevating. They are absolutely elevating. And I think if you're doing your inner work, you're feeling them. But I've lost track a bit. So what I was saying is that basically the techniques are getting easier and easier in a way, or they're becoming more comprehensible to us. So that's certainly what's happening to me. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to completely just channel this meditation that I had already received a channel message about how it was going to go roughly. Because what I found is that when I hollow out and I have no sort of my mind is not creating the meditations, and you've seen this with my meditations, I let go and I just receive this sort of divine intelligence from source consciousness, and I trust that what's coming through is right. And every time I trust and I let go of ego mind, it flows better for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hollow out and channel this technique as a meditation, but I perceive it's going to be something like we're going to focus on an atom within our being or multiple atoms, and you're going to find the exact center of that atom and see it as the 0 point. And what you're going to see is that around the atom, and this is how I'm reading his name again because I've forgotten again, Dr. Elijah Lakisovic explains it. So he says you've got the 0 point, and around it you've got these concentric circles, okay? And the circles are perpetually coming into the 0 point and out again, in and out again. So you're manifested, you go back to source, you manifested, you go back to source. So we're gonna, I think in the channel meditation, see this 0 point within our atoms. And we're going to see ourselves coming into being, going back out to source, coming into being, going back out to source. And we're going to begin to choose through our focused intent what that coming into being is going to look like and feel like for us. So we're going to use all of our will. We're going to use our mind to focus on that imagined state using our intention, remembering the imagination is how we see our reality into being in this realm. And we're going to focus on the 0 point and see ourselves into being. And the way that I just perceived this information was, in the beginning, you do it slowly. You see the flicker in who you are, the flicker out, you go back to source consciousness, you're one with all that is, and you see it slowly, and then it's going to get faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, and you see the flickering. And actually, as I was receiving this download, I was seeing the energy all around me flickering. I wasn't seeing it in the normal way that I see energy. I was beginning to perceive this flickering sensation, and yeah, I was just really having this realization that our tools for using consciousness to manifest objects are going to start changing. So we are going to be able to, in groups, just like they do on other planets. On other planets, they create spaceships in groups using their consciousness. Now I understand how they're doing it. So I think what's going to happen is things are going to speed up, and we're going to begin to play with these techniques, and we're going to start working with them in groups, and we're going to be able to perceive the 0 point in relationship to the field and in relationship to our focus and our intention. And we're going to begin to be able to start co-creating objects, small things at first and bigger things. Because so far we've been creating really as separate beings, if you like, because here in this third dimensional reality, we very much perceive ourselves as separate because we're in this dualistic existence. But as we come into unity, of course, we're not separate, we're a collective, but within that collective, we've felt this separation, which is teaching us that we're a collective. You know, we've got it's the opposites that teach us. So as we move towards unity consciousness, I really feel like the techniques are going to get easier and easier. Just like we have in group meditation, we seem to be able to, certainly in my group healing meditation in my group healings, we are seeing faster and faster results, because as we work together, we're practicing unity consciousness, and we're creating quicker, getting better results. So I think that these consciousness techniques are going to actually just become simpler. It's just a matter of focusing our minds and our hearts and our feelings and our intention into the 0 point and perceiving the source field as it is. So I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm just like ridiculously excited, because I suddenly could see the trajectory of where we're going, and not just that, what my role is within that trajectory. I feel like I'm here. This is my job. I'm going to teach people to create from consciousness in simple ways. I see it coming now. It's just really exciting. I'm super excited. So anyway, let's just do the technique. So I'm just going to I'm going to pause this video, and I will do the technique as a recording and then attach it. So yeah, I hope it's exciting. I hope it works for you. What I would suggest you do is, in the first instance, choose something to manifest in your life. So pick a part of your body, for example, that isn't functioning very well, that's out of balance. So let's say you've got knee pain, pick your knee pain, and you're going to manifest that into perfect balance, alignment and harmony so that it's completely healed. Or pick a simple object that you would like manifested in your external reality, so that when it manifests, you can see how easily you're doing. Because if you pick something really grandiose, so I don't know, like a whole new career, of course it will come into being, but it may take a little bit longer. Pick something small and simple so you can garner the information about how well this technique is working for you in the first instance. And as you begin to feel and perceive the technique more and more, obviously then pick more and more complicated stuff. So yeah, that all being said, let's just do the technique. I'm really excited. So you're going to sit up straight, close your eyes, take a breath in, take a breath out, let go of my overexcited, garbled information, and you're going to close your eyes. And just connect to that darkness behind your eyelids. Allow it to take you within yourself. Feel the darkness within your own being. Letting go of exterior reality. And as you sit in the darkness, you are going to simply begin to follow your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the breath flowing into the darkness within your being. Feel the breath flowing out of the darkness within your being. And deepen your breaths, elongate them, slowing down your breath without forcing it, so you become more and more relaxed. And as you breathe in and out, feel that you are breathing in the breath from source consciousness, the void, the space all around you. Breath from source consciousness, filling the space within you, the darkness within you. And as you breathe out, sending that breath back from the void within you into the void of source consciousness all around you. Breath in, breath out. The void within you, the void all around you. Darkness within you, darkness all around you. Space within you, space all around you. Breath in, breath out. The within, the without. And can you feel that within the darkness of this space all around you, and this space within you, there is infinite energy, infinite power, infinite love, and infinite potential. Source consciousness within you. Source consciousness all around you. And feel how the boundaries of your being are disintegrating, melting away. So that you can no longer tell what is within you and what is around you. You are neither nor. You are at once nothing and everything. Omnipresent, floating in a void of infinite love and potential. And you are now going to set your intention to manifest your current heart's desire, what you love to bring into being. And you are going to find within your being one atom of your being. And as you focus on this atom within you, can you perceive that at its center is the 0 point, the portal of creation? And you are now going to breathe into this 0 point for a few moments, honing in your focus, becoming entirely present with it. Perceiving that the 0 point is this portal, this doorway between condensed, manifested energy and the void, expanded, infinite energy. And on every in-breath, you are now going to perceive that you are arriving from expansion and potential into the center point of this portal as condensed, manifested energy with your new potential realized, your heart's desire realized. Breathing in, you see yourself manifested at the center of this portal with your new life, your new intention realized. Complete, delighted, whole. And as you breathe out, you see yourself expanding back into source consciousness, turning back into infinite potential once again, into space. Breathing in, seeing your new self, your new life at the center of this portal, condensed, manifested form. Breathing out, expanding yourself back into nothingness, to the void of potential. Breathing in, 0 point creation. Breathing out, expanding back to potential. Feeling and seeing your manifested creation at the 0 point, condensed into matter. And every out breath sending you back to merge with source consciousness. And you're going to do this for 3 minutes. Breath in, manifested matter. Breath out, back to source. And how does it feel each time you condense your heart's desire at the 0 point into manifested reality? What emotions does it bring you? How does it feel within your body, within your energy field, within your soul? And how does it feel to know you are the creator of this desire? Easily drawing from source consciousness infinite potentials to mold your heart's desire. Feeling your new creation with more and more joyful, blissful, ecstatic intensity. And letting your breath go now, you are going to begin to flicker between condensed, manifested 0 point to expanded, infinite void, flickering forwards and backwards between the two, faster and faster, from void potential to manifested 0 point and back again. Contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion. Faster and faster, faster and faster, until you can no longer tell that there is a flicker of contraction and expansion, until your new manifested reality feels solid, real, in this here and now moment. Allow divine momentum to fill this 0 point with your heart's desire, as a new habitual intention that runs subconsciously within you. Loving yourself enough to run this new program of your existence, to call into being this heart's desire into your reality now. And feel how this new program, this new intention of loving the self becomes coherent within every 0 point, within every atom of your being and your entire reality. A 0 point connection and communion on every level of your being, changing your world easily, quickly, beautifully. Feeling the shift within you, all around you, the knowing that you have created this. The awareness that infinite potential, creator consciousness exists within you and all around you. You are going to bring yourself back to a new body and a new life. And open your eyes.